Hello everybody. Welcome on in. I am Orion. We are back with some more Hellclock, and we're going to be running through the normal mode today as we continue to try to clear Act 1. And today we're going to be focusing on the Repeater. This is the build that we've been running for, the last video. And this is going to be probably one of the better early game builds that you can do in this game. The Repeater is definitely one of the strongest skills out of all the Act 1 skills you can get. There's a few other builds that are really good too, but you'll have to have better synergies and get some relics for them. The Repeater though has some really good relics that are, I would say, pretty easy to get because you're only going to get relics for the spells that you currently have. And the relics don't really require you to synergize with anything else. There's definitely a few other spells you could pair these with to synergize them, but if you just get a few of these relics, you can just make this spell alone really strong. And so that's what we're going to do today. So we have 3 relics here that, again, are relatively easy to get. I have less than 2 hours played and I've already gotten these 3. You'll be able to either get them through the shop or through the game. Just make sure you have some gold so you can re-roll when they pop up. But this one right here, our first relic, is going to convert all repeater damage to fire. So we are going to add an elemental effect to this, and we're going to have a chance to drop grenades when we kill enemies. And then this one, enemies killed by the repeater explode, dealing the repeater's damage as plague damage. So it's kind of like an elemental repeater build, but we're going to be doing a ton of AoE. Not only does this weapon do a ton of damage to, like single target, but now we're going to be doing a lot of AoE damage with our grenades and our explosions. And then we have this other one where we're going to get the repeater's mana cost is now going to be reduced by 16%. Really good combination because mana efficiency for this spell is really good. So the less mana that you're going to be spending per second while you cast this, the better. So let's run into this. So you're going to see that we're just going to light up all these normal mobs. It's going to be doing really good. And then we're also going to start to see these bonuses here. So enemy explosion area of effect. You're going to start, once you have these relics, you're going to start seeing level ups for those too. So now we're going to get bigger area effects for our explosions, which is pretty sweet. But this is definitely, the repeater is, you're going to see the repeater here for a little bit until I start getting some other relics and we'll start running some other spell combos. But for now, I wanted to focus on what I think is probably the best early game build for people to jump in and just kind of start dominating. We could do, I don't think we'll do the area effect. Let's just do straight up increased damage. And you can see I am only running a couple spells. This is beneficial because we're only going to see level ups for these spells, but you can only level up a spell a certain amount of times and then you're not going to be able to level them up anymore. So again, you can see down here we get 2 blues, 3 commons, a couple rares, and then a legendary. Let's just do straight up damage again. No, we could do the crit damage. And we're not, we don't survive long enough. If we survived, if we were clearing multiple acts in a run, then it's probably definitely more beneficial to have more spells and better synergies. But early game, I do think it is good to just kind of focus on a couple spells. Get 2 things, 3 things you like that synergize well together, and then just roll that. Because right now we do the dash. I probably don't even really need the dash, but I like the dash so I can move out of the way of enemy attacks and sort of have a little bit more mobility. This weapon also can kind of pair well with the slow time. If you start to get some slow time relics where you do increased damage to enemies that are in there, that's a pretty good one to pair with. Because I generally, from what I've gathered with this game, I don't think it's necessarily beneficial to have, 4 or 5 just flat out damaging skills, like, especially if you're running similar spells. Because we have this spell and then there's split shot. Both of those are marksman physical. I don't really think there's a reason to have 2 of them. It's probably better to just pick one, and then you can just kind of spam that ability. Let's go with elemental damage, because again, we're more of an elemental build now with our weapon. And then you can see we're just dropping bombs, we're causing explosions, and we're just lighting up all the normal mobs here. Again, really good early game build. I don't know how this is going to hold up to a late game or Act 2 or 3. I would imagine it'll do okay if you can scale it properly with damage and stuff, but... Okay, there is a red over here, so this is going to be an elite enemy, and he's going to drop soul stones for us. And the goal here is I'm trying to clear not Act 1, I guess I'm trying to clear, I don't know how, I actually have no idea how big Act 1 is. But what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make my way and clear the second boss. I might need to add more time on the hell clock, and I might have to just start powering through things to do that, but, ooh, that's another elemental damage, so let's do that. I've added a little bit of time to the hell clock. We can definitely add more. Okay, some more soul stones. Soul stones are super important. If you ever see a red dot on the map, go get it right away, because it's most likely gonna be an elite type character, and then you're gonna get, they usually drop soul stones. The legendary ones always do. The blue ones are a maybe. Okay, we're not gonna worry about killing all of these. Okay, let's do the physical or critical chance multiplier. So that's not an additional 20%. It's 20% of what I currently have. So I guess it could be 20% if I had 100% crit chance. But I definitely don't. There's ways to skip levels too, which I probably should invest in on the meta tree. But I kind of like where I'm at right now with just being able to, just farming kind of is what we're doing right now in this really early game. Okay, there's a chest, so we'll just get the chest and then we'll leave. I have a super low cooldown now on this dash. The dash does do damage too, but I don't use it for damage. I just use it for mobility. Let's look. Okay, there is a chest over here, so let's come get this real quick. At some point, we'll find the best way to be really efficient. Lightning damage, critical hit chance. Let's do... You know, I'm gonna save my money, and I'm just gonna buy the mana. Because I want to save my money for possible relics that might show up. Okay, we should kill him pretty quickly. So again, really good single target damage too. You know, it's not just a mob killer build, it's good for everything. Okay, and this is kind of what I wanted to save my money for. Double knives doesn't slow you down. Hitting enemies with Shadow Dash increases maximum mana. Oh, that's kind of interesting, because we do use Shadow Dash, so that would increase my max mana. And then increases movement speed and melee attack speed. So I think we'll go with one of these, so we can maybe look at doing a double knives build. Let's do the one that doesn't slow you down. Let's do the explosion damage. Okay. And now we're on to the second part. So we have about 6.5 minutes. Okay, here's gold, so he's gonna drop stuff for us. Ooh, that's a really good one. So this is what I'm talking about here. So this is an epic upgrade. We only get one epic upgrade. You're not gonna get another epic, so you have to... And this is what I love about this game. I talked about this in my in-game video, but what is really, really, really good about this system is just because you see a legendary, you don't need to pick it. in most of these games, when you see a legendary, you're kind of like, oh, I'll just take it, even if you don't really care too much for it. Like, say it's a pickup radius or armor, and you're not like, I don't need armor, but it's a legendary, so I'll just take it. In this game, it's better. It's way better. Like, I'm surprised I haven't really seen many systems like this before, and I really, really like it, because if you don't want critical chance on this ability, you just don't take it, because you only get one epic upgrade. And so, like, in this case, you know, maybe you want to build up damage for this, and even though it's a common, that's fine, because once you pick this, you're not gonna see another epic. It's a really, really, really cool system. And I don't know if I've really seen that in other games before, where you're sort of limited to the amount of times you can level up a spell. It's cool. It's unique too, and it really makes you think about it. And I like that too, because, you know, when you do see the legendaries, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just take it. And then you kind of have to, this one makes you think a little bit more. Because maybe you're waiting for that legendary damage. That's the upgrade you want for this spell. You know, for my repeater. Maybe I'm looking for damage, or maybe I want more mana reduction. All right, we'll just do the crit hit chance. Oh, is he not even gonna run? Oh man, he shoots out. Wait, did we didn't kill him, did we? No, he ran. Oh my gosh, he drops. He's like an elite level or something. He drops out all that. Oh, he dropped a lot of soul stones too. Okay, let's. I wasted a lot of health there. Luckily, potions are relatively frequent in this game. You know, it's not impossible to find potions in this. Let's top off my health. Another gold, awesome. Okay, that means we're gonna get some good gains here for our soul shards. Okay, see, so now I want damage, so let's do the blues. Okay, I'm gonna check to see if there's a red guy. There's not, so I'm just gonna leave. Time is always of the essence. Okay. Mana regen is pretty good, but I think I'm gonna skip this for now. Save my money. I like having this really low cooldown on my dash now, because that's what we built into. I saw, you know, oh man, I walked right into that one. I saw a bunch of cooldown reduction and I took it. Oops, I used 2 potions there. I picked up one and then I used one. In the demo, you could only make it to floor, I think it was floor 12. Oh, I thought I was gonna avoid that. Okay, he's dead. Wait! Oh my gosh, was that poison still active? Oh my god! No! What? Oh, I assumed when he died we just won. Oh my gosh, this little poison field was still active, wasn't it? Oh my goodness, that hurts so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go do some upgrades here. Okay, let's actually look at this one. This one, the red portal has a 15% chance to spawn on known floors, allowing you to skip previously explored areas and progress further. Let's buy one of those. I did buy the extra slot here too, so I have extra slots. Let's put 1 point here into our soulstone gain. And then let's do 30 seconds. Man, we'll be able to get some good time here. What do we have here? We have mana. This is all conviction gain, gold gain. Start the dungeon with 500 gold. Yeah, I think we should probably let's do a little bit more extra time on the timer. So that'll give us another 30 seconds. And now we have, let's see, increases the spawn rate chance. Ooh. Increases the number of skip floors. Okay, so we're gonna keep an eye out for red portals now. Let's confirm these, so that's good. So we got a little bit of extra soulstone gain. We get the red portal, and then we get an extra 30 seconds now. This gives us a lot. This is probably a really important one to get, especially when you can clear the first boss pretty easily. Then you'll probably want to start working to get extra time. I think there's other time. Is there other time we can add on here? I don't think there's another big one. Is there any other small ones? What is this one? So that's like an extra clock. I don't see any extra clocks on here, do you? So this might be the only way we can actually increase the timer. So you'll probably need some sort of combination of the hell clock timer and then the portals to skip floors to be able to clear through the game. All right, well, let's get back to it. Let's see if there's any other good items over here. That's the same. That's a small upgrade. Enemies affected by slow times take extra damage. You know, this one's not bad. Let's do this one. Enemies affected by slow time become exposed and take extra damage. So let's actually buy that, and let's see if we can fit this in. What kind of item was that? It's a book. Okay, so that one, I don't think we can actually really fit that in right now, huh? Okay, so we're not going to be able to do that yet. Once we unlock some more spots, then we'll be able to. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We'll probably still keep this one. Double knives, split shot, marksman skills that deal physical. We don't deal physical anymore. Okay, so I guess we'll just keep what we have here. Let's see if we can, I think I can maybe upgrade these. Let's see how much it costs to upgrade to the next tier. 1,000, never mind. Okay, we'll do the 1,000. Oh my gosh, even for the cheap ones. Okay, we'll just upgrade this a little bit, and then we'll upgrade this one too. So that'll give us more critical chance multiplier and then more mana on kill. Okay, let's do this again, and then let's hope that I don't die to poison like a dummy this time. I even killed the boss. That was a pretty good run. I was making relatively decent progress. Had some good time going too, and then I don't know. I guess that poison was still active. I think that's what killed me. And then I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the red portals. Okay, let's do these. I don't care about. Let's we could do, I guess we'll just do dash speed. I don't use this spell for the damage. I did learn that the chests, you don't need to wait and pick them up. If you run away, you know, you just automatically get it. So you don't have to wait to pick anything up. That's a good time saver. By the crit hit chance. Okay, so this is, you know, we get 2 rares, so I'm definitely gonna take 40% damage. Yeah, so I assume the red portals are just gonna show up at the end of the level, like how they show up right there. I want to see one, because it sounds like it's only gonna skip me 1 floor though. And then we can level it up to skip more floors and then have it show up more frequently. Because I was always super curious, how are you gonna beat this game? How are we gonna make it further and further into the dungeon with the limited amount of time we had? And floor skips are definitely gonna be the way to do it. And then adding extra time onto the hell clock. All right, let's do the elemental damage again. So these are just normal orange portals. I wonder if we'll get an option. You know, maybe I don't want to take the red portal. Okay, we'll do mana efficiency. I really like mana efficiency. Even though I have a decent amount of mana on kill too. Okay, let's just check. Okay, nothing over there, so I'm not gonna go get it. When you see 2 red icons, they're gonna be the blue ones. Those aren't as good. You definitely want to kill the yellow ones. The yellow ones are the best. All right, let's do... Now this one shows up, and I'm pretty sure this one does affect the bombs. The bombs and the poison explosion, because I think you only get picks based on what can affect your actual skills. I don't think you're gonna see things that don't. So, you know, I don't have any lightning, so I don't think we're gonna see any lightning stuff, really. Okay, we can do damage again. Let's do that. Okay, skill of learning's a good one. That's gonna be more XP. Let's buy... Okay, we'll do the movement speed. There's still no red portals yet. Although, you know, it was only what, a 15% chance, so it's not like it was a high probability. This is what I love about this build, though. We just light up all these early level enemies. Okay, nothing over there, so I'm not gonna go get it. No chest, no elites. Just between the bomb and the poison explosion. I might actually be able to replace the bomb at some point, because it seems that the poison explosion probably handles most of it good enough. Because the enemies maybe see how the bombs are a little bit delayed. I could probably just go with the poison explosion. All right, let's go with attack speed. Easy kill. Okay, double knives adds 20% base chance to apply bleed. Each knife on reflex increases movement speed. Let's do that one. I don't know if I have that one already, but let's do critical damage. Okay, another orange portal. I really want to see a red portal here. I think we're making... Oh, yeah, we are making better time, but I also... Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the red portal. So it does just kind of show up at the beginning of a floor. Well, let's take that. I like that. Okay. I was kind of assuming it would show up at the end of the portal, you know, when you clear, and then it lets you skip it. Okay, so this is just gonna let me skip this then, right? So I'm on floor 8, and this skips... Okay, so it does skip 8. It skips 8 and 9 for the most part, so I get kind of a 2-floor skip there. The only problem with that, I guess it's really gonna depend on how strong you are, because you do miss out on a lot of XP gain by doing that. You know, that's a couple levels I miss out on. But, you know, maybe I'm strong enough that it won't matter. Guess we'll find out. I guess the grenades are good for the bosses. Okay, let's not stand in that poison again. Okay, let's do the... we'll do the cooldown. Okay, so that went really well. Man, we have a lot of time too. This is... Okay, I'm not gonna skip any more floors though. We have 7.5 minutes. I've never cleared the second boss. And it definitely gets, the game ramps up difficulty, you know, after each little checkpoint mini boss fight stuff. So the game is gonna get harder now. So we're gonna be a little bit slower here, but oh, see, there's another red portal. Okay, I'm not gonna take this portal though. I can't. I definitely know I'm not strong enough to keep skipping floors here. That's not really an option. Oh my, what? Dang. Something really messed me up there. See how much harder it gets? I have no potions now. I'm gonna have to potion hunt a little bit here. You can break these, you can break, there's a lot of environmental not hazards, you know, destructibles that you can break. You know, all these little crates, these things, the eggs, those can drop potions. They'll drop gold too. I usually don't spend too much time doing them because it's a time killer, but I need potions. Because look how long it's taken me to clear this floor. Okay, let's do, this is our one epic. We'll do the critical chance. That's a good one. I love seeing the one red dot, because that means we're going to get a legendary guy over here. Where did we kill him? Yeah, there is a treasure chest. See how long it's taking to clear this floor, though, compared to some of the other ones? I don't think I've ever fought the boss here. Shrine of Protection. Should have picked that up a little quicker. Elemental damage. Let's do elemental damage. So in the demo, this is where the game ended. So we're officially at the demo. If we make it past this, then this will be the farthest we've gone. How much time do we have? 5.5 minutes? I assume the boss is going to be on floor 14, probably. If it's 7 floors per area, per zone. And I don't even run out of mana anymore. Alright, let's do the cooldown reduction. Here's an elite version of this guy. He's probably good. Yeah, he's gonna be strong. He's gonna have a lot of HP. I am using my mana here. Alright, let's do dash speed, I guess.
Faith in Belomonte has brought me an enlightened instrument.
Alright, we'll buy the multiplier, critical chance. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to clear one more floor and then we're gonna get to the boss, I believe. So let's make sure... Man, I took 2 hits there. I was literally about to say, let's make sure we don't die here so we can get to the boss. Don't be afraid to use potions too, because they drop relatively frequently. Okay, there's a chest. Oh my goodness. Because I just used 2 and I'm already back up to 3. I'm gonna use all of them. I'm gonna top off my health. And then just hope that I don't die. Or don't get hit while I recharge these potions back up. You can increase the amount of potions you have. We started off with 3 and now I have 4. Okay, we have 2.5 minutes. I wanna utilize my time as best as I can, because I think, you know, I just want to make sure that I get enough XP, we make it to the boss, because I'm pretty sure the boss is the next floor. I think. I hope so. Because since I've never seen this boss, I need to make sure I'm as strong as possible. Let's do damage. So now we're only going to see common upgrades for our repeater now. Which, you know, that could be perfect timing, because we're probably not going to make it... If we're able to kill this boss, we're really not going to make it much further than that. Man, 1 hit from these guys. A lot of damage. No other potions around here, huh? Okay, so Unbreakable grants... I don't know what Unbreakable does. Stun build-up rate. Double knives deal damage, but cost more mana. We'll do this one. Okay, I'm gonna look around real quick. Because, again, I'm assuming that this is the boss fight. Never mind. I have 4 potions. I wonder if using this, or did I pick up potions? I feel like I didn't pick up potions. Okay, good. This was the boss fight. Okay, so I was banking on each area, each zone being 7 levels, and so this was 7 levels, luckily. Okay, so I've never fought... Have I never fought this boss before? Did I fight this boss? I don't think I did. Let's... Oh yeah, we did fight this boss. Okay. This boss was in the demo, so never mind. I lied. Wait, does that do damage after it does? Okay, so we really can't stand in there. That's a bad spot for him to spawn. Use a potion just in case. This boss doesn't really seem that hard. That's why this is why I like having the dash though. Oh man, that dash sometimes feels like a lifesaver. Just to get out of sticky situations. Again, I don't use it for the damage. I use it for the escapes. Because you don't get a dash in this game. Alright, let's go.
The wretched man from Canudos. I did not have the delight of severing the head of that lunatic you call Counselor, but I am greatly satisfied knowing that my army has decapitated that scoundrel. The head cutter. I thought I had rid myself of you, hellhound.
Okay, so what are we gonna get here? Split shot pierces all enemies. Shadow dash hits on bleeding enemies deal 80% of all pending bleed. So this one you need a synergy, you need to make sure you have bleed. But here we go. Double knives adds 21% base chance to apply bleed on critical hit. Okay, we'll take that one. And then we'll see if we can get some bleed somewhere else. Alright, we could do the area effect. Okay. So we only have... Okay, this is officially the furthest we've ever made it in the game.
Hellish heat! Feels like the house of the devil himself.
I have never seen this area before. This is officially brand new content outside of the demo. So there we go. I forgot that we had fought in the boss before, but for some reason in the demo I thought I remember it only being 12 floors. But maybe the boss was at the 12th floor last time. I don't know. Oh, we do get extra time. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's a new enemy. Okay, so we're not gonna make it very far, but I'm gonna try not to die, and we'll see as much as we can here, and hopefully we'll see some elites and get some extra soul stones. Guess I don't really need to farm too much for gold. Oh my goodness, these guys are creepy. This guy doesn't even really move, huh? Okay, well, let's get our soul stones. We'll do the critical damage.
My prayers have been heard. I'm grateful for this gift.
Hey, I'm gonna come over and see if I can kill this one. See, because this is probably another gold guy. So let's kill him and make sure that we get our extra soul stones that he drops. Yeah, he dropped 100. Wait, no, he dropped like 200. Oh no. Dang, how did I not die there? Man, these potions don't really heal for too much either. This was a pretty... Even though we're only doing one floor here, that was a pretty good one floor. Because we saw, there were 2 elites that gave us... I don't know how many extra soul stones, but a decent amount of extra soul stones. At least 200 plus whatever that other one gave us. So there we go. Time's up. So yeah, that was officially our furthest run ever. Descent complete. We got some pretty good items. We dealt 7,777,000. I got an achievement for that. We get, ooh, that's actually not bad. Fire damage. Movement speed, fire resistance, and then these were the relics that we picked up, which we'll use for other builds. Shadow dash, mana, plague resistance, fire damage. This one's actually pretty good too. Fire damage and XP gain. Okay, so I think we're gonna unlock a little bit more of the story too. Let's see. Because oh, maybe not. We're still at the Act 1 story.
Brother,
Okay.
the head cutter was the ruin of many of our Canudos brethren. must finish off that evil once.
Yeah. So no real extra story bits yet. I thought killing that boss is going to give us extra story bit. Okay, so how many? Oh man, only 2 points. Yikes. Okay, what do we want to do here? We can go. You should pay attention to what you're getting here, because if you want to, this health is only going to give us 80. This one will give us 200. But this way might be a good path to go, because we'll get health and then XP gain. I don't think I have any other XP gain anywhere. I could use probably some base damage increase too, but I don't really know where that's gonna be. You know, anything to increase our damage is gonna be pretty good. But I think we'll probably just stick with this area for now, because this is kind of all the base normal upgrades, and then these, I guess, these kind of seem like a little bit more specialization kind of stuff. Kinda. Maximum skill level, I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like too. But let's stick with this stuff. So I think we'll go with this one. I think we'll go with the health. And then I'll start putting points into XP gain. Extra hell clock will be nice too, because this will give us 30, 60, 90 extra more seconds. Give us a minute and a half. Gear drops. Okay, so we'll confirm those. So a little bit extra health, but I mainly did that to try to get to the XP. Let's check our items. Attack speed, critical hit chance. That's a small upgrade. I think we'll just buy this. An upgrade's an upgrade. Actually, no. Let's come over here. And I'm gonna have to buy a new page here soon. 1,000. I wonder if I should just buy it now. We can destroy. Oh wait, no, never mind. I have extra pages. I have 3 pages. Okay, I don't need to buy that. You can destroy these too, but I'm not gonna destroy any of these yet, because I'm gonna hold off, because we might try different builds here at some point. But I am investing a lot of my soul stones into upgrading these. And I like this one. This one feels like a give me, because this one has mana, health, and then again, I can maybe replace this one. I do like converting it to fire and then the stats on this, but this one seems perfect because the explosion does seem better than the grenade, and then not only are we doing plague damage, but this item actually gives extra plague damage. So I don't know if that's an automatic stat modifier on there, but I like that. So let's upgrade this. That's 1,000 soul stones though. All right, what is... Oh, there is another character here, huh?
Not a single warrior from Canudos was fierce as my saber beheaded their carcasses.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't do anything yet, though. And then let's come talk to her.
The head cutter. Sadistic demon. That...
Okay, and then that's it for all the new dialogue stuff. Okay, well, that's gonna be it. Again, this is definitely one of the best early game builds. I think it's easy to do too, which is what makes this repeater build so good, because you don't have to rely on any other skills to make it powerful. The relics for it are pretty self-sufficient, that they work with just this spell. Because, you know, some of the ones we got, you know, like if you dash into an enemy that's bleeding, well, now you need to get something to make sure your enemies are bleeding. So a lot of these are going to kind of have synergies where you're going to need to have different spells. You're going to need to have a bunch of different relics to convert things over. But this one just works perfectly. We don't need anything else. You can pick up a few things, you know, if you wanted to. You could pick up, like, I would recommend anything. If you like, maybe pick up the slow time. The slow time is a relatively decent one and probably works pretty well with this, because again, you can get we did get a relic where if they're in here they take extra damage, so you can do things like that and really boost up your damage for your repeater. But yeah, I would do things in the early game. I would focus on one spell and then pick a few things that sort of supplement it. I don't think it's necessarily useful to have split shot, to have toll bell, and to have repeater. They might have their purposes, but the repeater does a lot of it because this is a big AoE spell. This one, if you get the relics, it's an AoE spell. We're dropping grenades and we're doing poison explosions, so it's really good. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want more Hellclaw content, because we'll be playing this game for a while. This game's awesome. I've been really addicted to it. I want to keep playing it. I want to keep leveling up my character, and I want to make it further and further into the game. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.